curveball prediction for 2026. What's a curveball prediction? Something people might not necessarily be thinking about. Um, Obviously, we've talked about quite a few topics here already, AI and other stuff. So let's try and avoid AI as a curveball prediction because we've got some other questions on that. What is a curveball that could be happening this year? I'm actually not sure myself, so I need to think about this. Stu, curveball prediction.
I just the money side, mate. I think Bitcoin will double before middle of the year, and it will crash to 50% down, and it'll be the talk of the town. But I just that has a massive impact. That's not a good thing for the world we all live in. I don't know. I just think it's going to spike. I think it's going to go out of control. I think you're going to have Western worlds, Western countries. I think the States will lose control. The euro is going to lose control, and so's the Bank of England and the Bank of Japan. I think it's just going to spiral. What I thought was going to happen last year, I think it's going to happen this year. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know what repercussions are going to come off that. But
D, curveball prediction. Any curveballs?
Yeah, it's a good point because obviously I don't know about you guys, but there always has been, but at the moment with news publicising it so much, there seems to be a lot of tension in the world right now, isn't it? I mean, the biggest curveball is that everything implodes and we end up into World War III. The second big curveball is that the AI bubble pops and then there's carnage. Or the third curveball is, as you say, the monetary system it goes nuts. We do end up in a massive decline and everything becomes what we thought was hard over the past few years was actually easy, and hard times to come. Those are the negative curveballs. The positive curveballs are literally the flip side of the coin. Actually, there's a big bull market, and money just feels like free flowing, and deals finally. Everything seems to click, and everything we touch turns to gold, like that typical bull market period, which, to be honest with you, I could do with a bit of that right now.
can we all?
Okay, I'm gonna go slightly more specific. Curveball. I'm taking a bit of a stab here. I think this is an inevitable anyway over time, but I think we'll start to see some very serious conversations about the viability of higher education, with the increase in AI, with the difficulty, particularly in our economy and for young people. The employment for young people is at an all-time low. I think we're going to start to see serious conversations about the viability of higher education in the UK, and the particular institutional faculties like Cambridge, like Oxford, like Durham are going to come into the spotlight and be questioned on how useful are these now for people trying to seek higher education for the purposes of gaining a career. And I think there'll be conversations about how these institutions need to gear for a future of continuous education and reform of the workforce, as opposed to go and learn a curricula for 3-4 years, take out loads of debt and do it this way. I think we're going to start to see conversations about how these institutions need to be redesigned, because there's just no way it's sustainable, and particularly not with the pace of AI growing. So I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think we're going to start seeing murmurings of these conversations, starting to question some of the oldest institutions in our country and some of the best institutions in the world. They've gone slightly woke, which is a bit of a problem, a massive problem. But I think the actual underlying principle of those universities, the product, the service they offer, I think will massively come into question in the face of AI, low youthful employment, and a tricky economy. So yeah, bit of a curveball, slightly different to Bitcoin and AI, but still like.
But it's not actually, because instantly it's a cash cow for the governments to get everyone into a credit-based system, get them straight out of school, straight into debt, and then spend the next 30 years of your life paying off the debt. So it's all smoke and mirrors, in my opinion. So yeah, that's all going to expose itself in the light of day of the new revolution.
The revolution's coming.